Excuse me, 31. Article 31 seeks to amend the Sandwich Noise Bylaw, Section 3.55, with details provided in the warrant. This article was submitted by petition. Mr. Zantuis.
Thank you, Madam Moderator. My name is George Zantuis. I live at Knott Avenue in Sandwich. I have to read the following bylaw change to you. It shall be unlawful for any person or persons present or having charge of any building, premises, motor vehicle, boat, or conveyance, or any part thereof in the town of Sandwich, other than that section of the established licensed under Chapter 138 of the General Laws, to cause or suffer to allow any unnecessary, loud, excessive, or unusual noises in the operation of any mechanical or electronic sound-making device or instrument, or reproducing device or instrument or ornament, portable or affixed, regardless of its nature, source, or manner of production or propulsion, but not limited to electricity, wind, solar, water, or manual power, or in the playing of any band, orchestra, musician, or group of musicians, or in the use of any device to amplify the aforesaid, or the making of loud outcries, exclamations, or other loud or boisterous noises, or loud or boisterous singing by any person or group of persons, or in the use of any device to amplify the aforesaid noise, where such noise is plainly audible at the abutting property line from the building, premises, motor vehicle, boat, or conveyance in or from which it originates, and at any time or place so as to annoy or disturb the reasonable quiet, comfort, or repose of persons in any dwelling, hotel, hospital, or other type of residence, and shall constitute prima facie evidence of a violation of this bylaw. It shall be unlawful for any person or persons being in control of a motor vehicle to cause an unnecessary, loud, excessive, or unusual noise in the operation of such vehicle. It shall be unlawful for any person or persons having present or having charge of any building, premises, motor vehicle, boat, or conveyance, or any part thereof, to construct or reconstruct any building, premises, motor vehicle, boat, or conveyance, or any part thereof, and cause or emit any sound or noise evident to an abutting property between the hours of 8 p.m. and 7 a.m. Any person violating this bylaw shall be punished by a fine of not more than $300 for each offense. I move that the town please accept this Article 31 as written on page 22 of the warrant.
All right, I have a motion and a second, and to be clear, your motion is to amend the Sandwich Noise Bylaw, Section 3.55, for the record.
Thank you, Madam Moderator.
Thank you, Mr. Zantuis. I have a motion and a second on Article 31. Further discussion.
Thank you, Madam Moderator. George Zantuis again from minimal modifications to that existing bylaw were made. Only 2 sentences were added, which number 1, the inclusion of sound-making ornaments, and number 2, the sound noises are to be under control and for what reasons. The words removed were at a distance of 150 feet, were replaced by abutting property line. These added words were taken from existing bylaws that are in effect in other communities right now, communities that care much about their citizens' quality of life, that they spelled out a bylaw that is written in such a way so as to remove any doubt in any person's mind as to whether an infraction of the bylaw exists. Since they in their wisdom found it to be the right thing to do by adopting these words, then we here in Sandwich should be able to do the same. The reason for this amendment is to create a bylaw that applies equally to all residents regardless of property size. Could I please have the slide? Thank you. The present bylaw states that noise must travel beyond 150 feet from its origin before becoming an offense. This probably made sense when the original noise bylaw was adopted in 1966, when the population here was less than 5,000 people, especially if you had an acre lot. But now the population is over 23,000 people. Here in Sandwich, there are almost 1,700 homes on 1 acre lots, and nearly 8,000 homes on lots smaller than an acre. So these smaller lots are most frequently found in developments around lakes, ponds, and the seashore, where water views command premium prices for the land and premium taxes too. That drawing on the screen above is drawn to scale. The circle represents sound radiating 150 feet from its center, and those square lots are acres 200 by 200 feet, just slightly under an acre. Please notice that the acre lots and how that circle of sound doesn't even come close to the neighbor's house. Now, if you look at the top of the screen and see the same size circle that allows noise to enter the interior of 15 homes on smaller lots. Smaller lot owners want, need, and deserve the same protection from noise that people on acre lots have enjoyed all these years. They need protection from neighbors who often abuse the bylaw with unnecessary, unusual, loud, and excessive noises. These descriptive words, unnecessary, unusual, loud, and excessive, have always been in the bylaw. We didn't add them. And since different people have had different ways of interpreting the bylaw, it was found necessary to use the phrase, "at the abutting property line," which, by the way, exists in the bottom half of the present bylaw and has always been there. This phrase removes any doubt to anyone what is meant by the bylaw. Now, some people may be worried that neighbors will be complaining about every little noise that they can hear. This is not at all the plan.
Excuse me. Let him speak.
This is not at all the plan. It was made clear to all the signers of the petition, over 108 of them, that normal everyday noise and maintenance will not be affected. There's no intention to change the pleasure residents get from their property, and passing this article is not going to change Sandwich. Many residents have had wonderful neighbors for many years, enjoyed a peaceful neighborhood. But if a new neighbor installs noise-creating devices and you live within that 150-foot distance that noise is presently allowed, and these sounds permeate your yard and the insides of your home, and some of these noises can last several hours a day, every day, and others are 24/7, you are absolutely out of luck without this updated bylaw.
Mr. Santos, you'll need to wrap up.
Okay, I'm done. So now you have to decide whether to put up with the racket or start looking for another place to live. It just isn't fair that this bylaw does nothing to protect us. One last sentence, please. The police can't help because the law isn't in place, so please let's adopt a law that's free of ambiguity. Let's do the right thing now for our future. Thank you.
Thank you. Further discussion on Article